Hi everyone, my name is Anna Zwak and I am currently the wildlife team lead for the greater Mankato area. I'm originally from Tracy, Minnesota, which is a super small town in southwest Minnesota, and I'm currently a junior at MSU, and so I'm actually double majoring in alcohol and drug studies and social work. I want to become some type of counselor following graduation. I'm not exactly sure what kind yet, but we'll see. I've been leading for about a year and a half now. I've always been on the wildlife team. I really love middle schoolers. I like that age group a lot. I think they're just so unique and fun. Yeah, I think my favorite thing about Young Life, and I've seen this on all three levels, I've seen this on the wildlife level, the high school level, and the college level, is how it offers a space for people to go, have fun, be crazy, have a community, have friends, have people who are gonna walk alongside them when a curveball comes into their life and it feels like everything's crashing down. But it always points them back to Jesus and who he is and what he has to say about each of us individually. And that is something that Young Life does flawlessly and effortlessly, is just pointing people back to Jesus and not making it complicated. They don't complicate the gospel, they keep it very simple on all levels. And that has to be my favorite thing. So that's me, that's who I am, and that's why I love the Young Life ministry.
Hi, I'm Terrence Powell from Mankato, Minnesota. I'm a wildlife leader, have been for about 2 months now. I'd say my favorite thing about wildlife or Young Life would be the community it provides for younger generations to teach or show them who Jesus Christ is and how powerful that name is, and how he works and what he's all about. I think it's super great that I can be a part of something like this to show and save. Um, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So.
Hi, I'm Steven Shabazz. I am from Lakeville, Minnesota. I'm on the wildlife team. I'm currently in school for law enforcement / criminal justice, and my favorite thing about wildlife would be just hanging out with the boys that I get to hang out with and just have a whole bunch of fun with them. Uh, and I've been a leader for about a year now, a little over a year.
Hi, my name is Julie Bennett, and I'm originally from the Twin Cities, but I've lived in Mankato for at least 25 years. I came to MSU, and that's where I met my husband, and we ended up staying here and raising a family, and so I am part of the wildlife team, and I think I've been on the team for about 3 or 4 years. And I forgot to say that I'm a full-time at-home mom and homemaker and volunteer, and feel like a taxi driver as well some days. I've got 3 kids, one in high school, middle school, and elementary school. And one of the things that I love about, or I think the thing I love the most about the ministry of Young Life, is just how kids get a chance to connect with people who have a relationship with Jesus, an everyday relationship. They get to see what that Jesus wants a relationship with them in their everyday life, and they get to see that reality lived out in adults in their community. And I think that's really valuable and really important, and that in a fun environment, in a fun setting, is where they get exposed to a relationship with Jesus in that way. So I just love that about Young Life.
Hi, my name is Roxy Lang, and I am one of the leaders for wildlife. Um, I have lived in Mankato now for 20 plus years with my husband, and have probably been involved in wildlife. Let's see now. I have been involved since pretty much its inception in Mankato. Um, Let's see, my favorite things about wildlife. Well, there are a few. I guess it depends on the various hats I wear. So, as as a teacher, as an educator, I was a high school teacher and now own a small business. But as I guess both, I appreciate the infrastructure and the toolboxes and the resources that wildlife provides. I think they have just an ability because of all that to create some really fun, engaging, very meaningful activities for kids that really meet them where they're at, and a lot of great training so that people can learn how to adapt to different groups and different personalities, and so I think that's really wonderful. I think another great thing about wildlife and young life is that as a volunteer, I really appreciate that there is paid staff and that they really know and have a lot of expertise and again training. So I can just be a volunteer and I can learn as I go, but I don't feel trapped or overwhelmed at all. So that makes it really fun. Um, and then I think as a mom, as an adult, as someone who just truly, sincerely loves and cares about young people and our community. Um, I like wildlife because I think it's essential, to be honest. I think that parenting can be humbling, especially during teen time. And so having resources and people to support is awesome and necessary because you can be incredible at a lot of things, uh, but parenting can humble you, and your teenagers cannot think that you're all that incredible. And so having others who are just a little bit older than them reaffirming some of those messages we really want them to hear, having someone other than ourselves who they can speak to and and appreciate them is so important. Um, they just they need to know they're more than what they can accomplish. They need to know that someone just sincerely thinks they're interesting, sincerely, without judgment, appreciates them as a wonderfully made human being who knows that where they're at now, like all of us, isn't where they're going to be at any other point in time in their life. And so to have people of hope, to have people who truly and sincerely care, to have people who are safe is really a blessing. So I'm honored to be a part of this program and to be part of this group, to be part of this team, and and so for that, I will always be grateful to Young Life and Wildlife for providing that. Have a great day.
Hello, Young Life Committee. My name is Adam Bennett, and I've been helping out with the wildlife team. I currently live in Mankato and have actually lived in Mankato for 30, almost 40 years. I grew up here and my dad lived on a farm south of town here, and we moved back when I was fairly young, and I've lived here really ever since. Went to high school here, college here, started my career here, and have been in the community for quite a long time. So I currently work at Compeer Financial. I help lead part of our business technology team there, and have worked there for probably going on to 12 years, I think, in whole. So I would say my favorite thing about being involved with wildlife is first just the people, being able to get to know Anna and Stephen and all of the other leaders that are involved. I think that's been a great blessing for me personally. And then secondly, I would say just being able to be a part of creating a space for kids to be able to connect with Jesus. Part of wildlife, I think, is trying to lay a foundation for understanding what the overall Young Life ministry is, and eventually expose them enough to the ministry so that they start to stay engaged and stay involved with Young Life. And being able to do that inside of the wildlife ministry, I think, is a great blessing, just to be able to build relationship, connect with kids, have some fun, but then also talk about who Jesus is, and begin to kind of plant those seeds within them. Overall, we have, my wife and I have known Travis and Julie Bowen for quite some time. I think ever since they moved here. We met them shortly after they moved, and have been friends with them most all of that time. And so we've known about Young Life. We've supported the Young Life ministry through that, but we hadn't been directly involved until really helping to form the wildlife ministry there. So I think it's been probably 2 years or so, maybe a little less than that, since we started helping with formally with wildlife. So that is me. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Britta Oss, and I'm currently a wildlife leader here in the Mankato area. I'm originally from Bemidji, Minnesota, which is about 5 hours north of Mankato, and I'm currently studying elementary education here at MSU, which I'm super passionate about working with kids. So when I found out about wildlife, I really had it set on my heart to serve these kids and just love them and get to know them. And I would say that's probably my favorite part about Young Life, and just the mission behind the wildlife ministry is just really pouring into kids and loving them well, and sharing the love of Jesus with them, that hopefully for especially middle schoolers, that when they're truly finding their identity and accumulating these qualities that they identify with, that Jesus is in there, and that they stick with that and carry that through, which is so powerful. And if I in any way can use that gift and that calling to help and serve and get to know and be a friend to these middle schoolers, that is seriously so amazing. So I love being a wildlife leader and everything that the Young Life ministry is all about.
Hey, my name is Tyler Jones. I am a wildlife leader. I live in Mankato, obviously, or I'm from Mankato, I should say. And I go to school at Mankato East, and I've been a wildlife leader officially for not even a week now, but I've been volunteering / leading for a month-ish now, about a month or two. So yeah.
Hello, my name is Shelby Swanson, and I am a wildlife leader down here in Mankato. A little bit about me is that I'm actually from Edina, Minnesota, which is just up north near the Twin Cities. But I am finishing up my sophomore year of college down here at Mankato with a major in social work. Something that I've loved seeing in Young Life as a whole is that I've actually been a part of this whole Young Life journey since my 8th grade year. And I think just seeing it grow and seeing it at all the different stages of my life of, 8th grade, high school, college, and now seeing it in middle schoolers, I think is just so cool. The different community that it brings throughout all stages of life is absolutely amazing, and I've loved being a part of that community. And then I think I've been a leader for about a year now. I think, don't hold that to me, but I think it's around a year. But I am super excited for the rest of this year, and I guess all the rest of years of leading to come. But yeah, see ya. Hi, I'm Kate Curtin. I'm the student staff here for the high school team. I've been leading at East High School for the last 3 years, almost 3 years. I've been involved in Young Life for the last 6, though. I did 3 years in high school, and then I came to college. I knew it was something that I wanted to keep doing. My favorite thing about Young Life is I just love the community, and I love that there's just a group of people who care about me and want to come to support me in games and stuff like that. And that was really important to me when I was in high school. So just getting to continue to do that for high schoolers and just being someone that they can come to in the good and the bad stuff, and just getting to love kids where they are and walk through life with them. It's been so fun. I'm an interdisciplinary studies major at MSU. I'm a junior, and I will graduate in May of 2022. And my concentrations are in management and then nonprofit, and then I'm still working on my 3rd concentration, but I'll keep you updated. But yeah.
I'm Darius Westrich. I am a leader at East High School. I just became a leader, but I've been involved in the past year in high school Young Life, and I've been in college Young Life for the past 2 years in Mankato State. I am from Kimball, Minnesota, right below St. Cloud in a small town. I am a major in Phy-Ed and health, and plus a date minor, and I'll be graduating next year in the fall. I have my student teaching, and then I'll be done. And my favorite thing about Young Life is just the environment that it brings. Is as soon as you walk in, you just seem so welcome, and it's just such a positive environment that brings kids closer to God, and that's, as soon as we can get them to God, the better their life will be.
I'm Sam Hodson. Originally, I'm from Bemidji, Minnesota, and I'm a junior down here at MSU. Currently studying exercise science for my undergrad, and I've been involved in Young Life almost 2 years now. And I would say my favorite thing is probably just the body of believers down here in Mankato that just all have the same goal in mind of loving and serving others just by loving God first and foremost. So yeah, that would be my favorite thing about Young Life. And yeah, here's Reggie.
Hi, my name is Gretchen Bigd, and I am from Prairie Farm, Wisconsin, and my major is Communication Sciences and Disorders, and I lead for West High School, and I've been involved for about 2.5, 3 years with Young Life. I started my freshman year, and then I got interested in high school leading, and that's how I got my start. The thing that I love about Young Life is that they do community super well. I've met my roommates at Young Life freshman year, have formed just incredible friendships through Young Life and the people that it brings in.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Jake Kringen, and I am a leader at Mankato West High School. I was born and raised in the beautiful state of South Dakota. I'm from Sioux Falls originally. My major is secondary social studies education, and I have 1 month left until I graduate. So about to let go of the senioritis and looking forward to it. I was involved in Young Life in high school for my junior and senior year. I did a Bible study with them on Monday mornings. And then my sophomore year of high school, I met a man named Travis Bowen. Of college, sorry. I met a man named Travis Bowen who invited me to be a leader and into College Club. So I've been involved for the past 2 years of college. My favorite thing about Young Life is, one, the community that it brings, not only to just Mankato, but also the importance that community has in people's lives. We need one another. We need people to encourage and lift each other up. That's what we were made for, really. That's what Jesus says. My other favorite thing about Young Life is the way that it reaches out to kids, especially being a teaching major and spending a lot of times in schools during my college years that I'm about to wrap up. I've seen a lot of kids that need Jesus in their life, and they need people like Young Life leaders to lift them up and encourage them and give them a safe space where they can start to discern and figure out things in their own walk of Jesus for themselves. So that's who I am. I'm Jake Kringen again. Peace out.
Hello, my name is Paige Miller. I am from Muscatine, Iowa, and I'm a junior here at MSU studying interdisciplinary studies with focuses in mass media, psychology, and nonprofit organization. I am a leader at Mankato West High School, and I've been leading since my freshman year, so a couple years now. My favorite thing about Young Life is just how it creates a space for relationships and connections and community with each other and with Jesus. In high school, I needed so badly someone to invest in my life and tell me who Jesus was. And so being able to be that to my high school friends is just the biggest honor and privilege, and I love how Young Life makes a way for kids to encounter the Lord. Yeah, I could say a lot more, but I think that about sums it up. I think that's it. Thank you.
Hello, Young Life Committee. My name is Lindsay Morrison, and I was born and raised here in Mankato. I completed my undergraduate degree at Winona State, and this coming July, I will be completing my master's degree in social work here at MSU. My involvement with Young Life actually started 10 years ago here in Mankato when Young Life was brought here to be started. I was a junior in high school and attended club pretty regularly, went to summer camp, and then when I went off to college at Winona, I was involved in starting Young Life College on the Winona campus. And then in 2017, when I graduated, started leading Young Life College here in Mankato, and I've been here ever since. One of my favorite things about Young Life has to be the connections that I've made over the years, whether that be meeting some of my best friends when I was leading in Winona, to just the relationships and connections I've made with college students since I've been leading here in Mankato. I want to thank you for your support that you provide our area and our leaders, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
Hey everyone, my name is Abby Doherty. I'm from Des Moines, Iowa. My major is Human Resource Management and my minor is Nonprofit Leadership. I am a college club student leader, and I've been involved with Young Life for about 3 years, and I've been a college student leader for a little over 2 years. I would say my favorite thing about Young Life is how welcoming we are to so many different kinds of students. No matter where they are in their faith, they can feel welcome and feel like they are understood and heard and seen.
What's up, committee people? My name is Eric Sherman. Some of you know me, some of you don't, but still my name nonetheless. I am a college Young Life leader. I have been leading college for 2 years. I led high school for about 7 years before that. I'm from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. It's an hour and a half straight north of Mankato. I am currently a grad student at MSU going for teaching with the content area of social studies. So I'd hope to teach psychology in a high school, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? It's not my plan. So, my favorite thing about Young Life is being able to meet and build relationships with all sorts of people I would have never expected to meet. And this is from, doing summer staff, being an intern, working at a Young Life camp. Like, you meet some crazy awesome people. And being able to build relationships with people that I would have never expected to meet has been one of the, if not my most favorite thing about Young Life. And when I think about it, one of my favorite memories of leading Young Life was actually when I was a high school leader. There was a kid who came to club a few times, and I asked him if he wanted to come to camp with us. And he said no. And so I asked him again, and again he said no. And after about the 6th or 7th time, I think he got fed up with saying no. And so I backed off. You can imagine my surprise when I saw him loading his bags up onto the bus, getting ready to go to camp at Timberwolf Lake in Michigan. And I was just like, this is crazy. No way. This guy's, he's going to camp with us. He told me no 7 times. You can imagine, though, after the first couple of days, he didn't want to be there anymore. He's like, this isn't what I expected. My mom signed me up. I didn't even choose. She told me I was going. I was like, man, just push one more day with me. One more day. So after the fourth day, he's like, this isn't it. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to contact my parents and I'm going to get them to buy me a plane ticket. I'm going to fly back home because I don't want to be here anymore. Just push, man. Push one more day with me. And so we made it. We got back, and after a couple of days, he gave me this. It's like beautiful piece of artwork. It's like a sliver of a tree stump. So if you imagine you have your flat tree stump, and then he just took a sliver of it, and he painted one side of it with black. So it's like chalkboard paint, and so then you could write on it. And then the other side, he put pins from in the shape of Minnesota and Michigan, and they took string and he wrapped it all the way around. So we have just an image of Minnesota and an image of Michigan, where Timberwolf Lake was. But on the chalkboard side, he wrote something, and he said, "Thanks for being an awesome leader. I had the best week of my life, and I accepted Christ." And when I think, right now I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, because he told me so many times. First, he told me no, that he didn't want to go to camp. Then he told, while we're at camp, he told me that he didn't like being there and he wanted to go home. He finally told me, he was like, I'm going to have my parents fly me back because I don't want to be here. All the way up to, I had the best week of my life and I accepted Christ. This is mind-blowing. And as a future educator, we have some of those moments where we think about, we just hold them in the back of our mind when things aren't going the way that we want, or things aren't necessarily being the way that we imagine them to be. We have these stories that we look back at and we think, that's why I do what I do. And when I think about this guy and how many times he told me no, all the way to ending with, I had the best week of my life and I accepted Christ, that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm a Young Life leader. If you have any questions about what it is to, like, what Young Life leading looks like, or anything, if you have any questions about anything, please just let me know. I'm an open book. Thanks for listening, and I hope we get to connect soon.